It's time for our Sicko segment. So, but why Alyssa posted screen grabs of this sicko, whose name is at LivXODom, who says, if LivDom was Hitler, then I'm a Yahtzee. If LivDom was slave masters, then I'm their slave. If LivDom, I'm a slave for you. If LivDom was the devil, then I sacrifice my kids to them. If LivDom was R. Kelly, then I'm 12 years old. Whoa, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Whoa, dude. Bounce, bounce, bounce your ass off of this app for a little while, bro. This is fucking... if LivDom was pimps, then I'm their prostitute. I do anything for my goats. That's a real wacko, folks. So this LivDom person is like, I'm just curious about something, like I wonder what the sex between them be like. Bro, they're not really together. Are they simple? Like, do they do simple missionary? Are they some freaks? Do they spit in each other's mouths? Bro, delete this. Cousin. Carmen Petrovich says it's always the follow back. So this Bobby Gilbert 94 goes, Maika with some nobody. And it's Maika with Carmen Petrovich. Hashtag stardom NXT. And then he's following Carmen, trying to trash her because the Fed, man. The Fed. The cope is real here from Awful Wrestling. So at New Trolling says AEW fans tend to watch sports in general since it's the sports-based product, not a boring try-hard Hallmark movie. It's the complete opposite, man. AEW is the Hallmark movies of pro wrestling. It's TNA, old TNA. And it's hilarious because WWE is way more sports-based, right? We say it all the time. Put on a UFC, put on an NFL game, put on a Raw. Tell me what's more similar. And then put on AEW. Tell me which of the wrestling companies are more similar to the UFC, NFL. But also, we actually have interest that isn't just wrestling. So it's like, no, with more casuals, so we can break this down. With more casuals, that means there's more people, and you guys are always like, the casuals and shit. So there's more casuals, so they're casual fans of wrestling. They're likely more interested in a wider variety of shit than just wrestling. Whereas the hardcores seek out AEW and seek out Ring of Honor and seek out MLW and seek out Japan wrestling and shit. Like this guy is certainly into if you creep out his page. But just shy of 1 mil is really good. So to them, they're like adding this 30% now. And that's why Dave is such a clown. This guy says, apparently the AEW Nation is not happy with Dynamite polls as of late. So this guy, Slick 2099, who's been on this Fools program many a times, responds to Solomonster, who takes a poll, and Solomonster poll, 45% gave AEW a thumbs down. Slick 2099 says, if you didn't like this episode, I wonder to myself, do you even like AEW? That was one of the best and well put together Dynamites of the year. And it's like, that's the problem right there. If that was one of their best, then that's terrible, dude. So Suplex, my guy Suplex, calling out the sickos, man. And he goes, y'all never had this problem watching New Japan. So Wrestling Mark 16 goes, who, again, I thought this goober left for Blue Sky, but he's like, pro wrestling versus sports entertainment, right? But when New Japan covers their mats and logos, these don't say shit. This guy calls it out, Jay Bands, or he doesn't call it out. He talks shit. He goes, when New Japan does it, it's aura. I don't know. It's just a lot of ads for the sake of revenue, and that's okay, but it looks ass on the WWE rings. When New Japan does it, it's aura. I don't know. No, that's dumb shit. I'm so tired of stupid people being like, my truth, and it's just like an aura, can't explain it, but no, that doesn't just apply to dumb shit. Look at all these ads. Yeah, these weren't to make money all over the place. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm so sick of dummies. Neckbeards, of course, his fool. Follow the revolution. So Neckbeards posts these. We borrow this fool for the show, right? But it's all we can do, right? But he goes, Matt Jackson took the time to post so much truth here via Instagram. Nothing but love to the real ones. So this is what Matt Jackson had to say. Nothing but love to the real ones who never stopped supporting us. To the ones who didn't fall for the phony character assassination clickbait articles, the rumors, the lies. You had our backs the whole time, and it didn't go unnoticed. We still do this for you. I would have probably called it a night a long time ago without your support. Let's keep going. Let's come back bigger, better, and sharper. What is the feeling everyone talks about? It's you. You're the recipe. Onward and upward. Are you talking to the people who turned the show off when you guys came on the show on the last one during the worst rating, second worst ever in your OG time slot? And all the AEW fans tuned out for the most part, except for the real sickos. Onward and upward. Your shit went down on that chart, bro. We saw it. We just saw it. So yeah, Follow the Revolution is like, people can express their opinions on Matt and Nick, but the amount of stupidity that fans circulate about them is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. One of the reasons why I'm so appreciative of AEW is because of the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks would have been good if they had a good booker and they didn't let their egos get the better of them when it came to this AEW shit. They'd have fared so much better. So this guy, AEW fans Latino America, he gets ripped all the time, publicly and privately, by AEW talent, past and present and future, for sure. But this guy's like, no problem. Like, Matt Hardy called this guy out and clowned him. So this guy goes, no problem if that bitch wants to leave. Talking about Mariah May, I believe. No problem if that bitch wants to leave, let her. We all know how they end up buried over time. Most likely they'll send her to NXT and that's it. What a sick freak. And so this guy, yep, Art Glamour is going to stay in AEW to keep on making history. And she's not going to that human sex playing and trafficking company, WWE. And his picture is of him likely with Mariah May. Art Glamour is going to stay here. Like, these are the people who feel entitled over these wrestlers, man. And when they get hurt, they don't care. And when they don't do what's best for their families, they don't give a. And when they do what's best for their families, they don't give a. And when they live out their dreams, they don't really give a. They care about their dreams, and that's why you'll never hear me clowning Samantha Irvin for leaving WWE. Right? I'll be critical of it, but I'm not going to clown it. Yeah, these people are, man. Look at these geeks. Rena Keeks. AEW wins again. Jaguars take wide receiver, cornerback Travis Hunter with the number 2 pick. And this person's like, AEW wins again. It's like, how's that a win for AEW? Exactly. Someone just said it in chat. JWT657 says, AEW fans are Tony fans first and foremost. Exactly, dude. It's cultish. And that's what was going on with the Jaguars thing,
best guys, Tony Khan.
It's like you have to buy into the Kool-Aid they're serving, you know? Yeah, so I don't know how that's a win for them. So this is like some sicko action here. And I quote tweeted this. I was like, yeah, more like poll on the best sicko. So this guy, Michael Norton's like, the best wrestling podcast tournament continues with round 4. Ibu versus Brian Alvarez. Tryon Brian versus Elbu. What the man? And Elbu beat Tryon Brian with a 65%. Were you even trying, Brian? What the? Jesus Christ, man. And this is crazy, like biggest sicko tournament, maybe. Here's a crazy ass Reddit post about this woman who is like going to divorce her husband because he's obsessed with pro wrestling. Okay. Woman says pro wrestling is ruining her marriage. So let's read this here. r/relationship advice. So she says, my 26-year-old female husband, 33-year-old male, is obsessed with pro wrestling and it's ruining our marriage. Do I leave? Throw away as my husband is on Reddit. Oh, she's trying to say like her husband might be lurking this, maybe. My husband was into pro wrestling as a kid, fell out of it, but over the last few years has eased back into it. I've never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of, but he has become obsessed and it's escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. Apologies as I may not get all the terms right. I'm exposed to wrestling a lot, but I try to avoid watching it. It started harmless enough. He'd watch the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. Then he started watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued. See, watching recaps of WWE is redundant because they recap it all on the next show anyways, right? Anything you need to know, they'll fill you in. So you're never going to catch me like listening to Sam Roberts or Megan Morant unless it's like a clip like Karrion Kross going off on Twitter or whatever, and it's like a 2-minute thing. You know, the recap of the WWE shows, I don't know about all that. Maybe if I missed the show, you'd go and check it out. But like if I've seen a match, I'm likely, sometimes I'll watch a match back, but I'm not likely to go and like watch a YouTube thing back unless it's like Charlotte Tiffy and it's like, hey, we got to watch it and dissect it. But you know, your standard promo, even that TLC last night, like I might go back and watch it at like the end of the year when they do the end of the year recap show, you know. But anyways, and not dissing this guy, but I'm just saying he's locked in is what I'm pointing out here, okay? Now he's glued to the couch every night there's a live pro wrestling event. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. He started spending money, I mean a lot of money, on merchandise, t-shirts, hats, action figures, and fake belts, etc. I was okay with this, as it was nice to see his passion reignited for something. He's been in a rough spot with work lately, but now pro wrestling is the only thing he cares about. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering or booing. When he's well, I mean, I do that too. When he's watching and when he's not watching, he constantly shouts their catchphrases randomly. He says things like "yeet," "acknowledge me," "you can't see me." He actually gets irritated if I don't play along with him, like if I don't raise my hand when he says "acknowledge me." So they're in the grocery store and he's like, "Acknowledge me, bitch," and she's like, "Okay," putting her one up. If you don't acknowledge me. Oh man, that's good shit. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering or booing. Okay, sorry. This past weekend was the worst of it. Those of you who know it was WrestleMania. He asked me to refer to him as the final boss. Oh. Whoa. You mark. I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because he said I wasn't supporting him in the way he needs, and that whenever we were watching wrestling, I look bored, disinterested, etc. What the? I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week easy. When Jey Uso, when Jey Usoe, she just spells her, won at WrestleMania, he literally jumped on top of our couch waving his arms. It was embarrassing, and I left the room. I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he's asked for a lot of role-playing lately. Oh, shit. You what? A real sick son of a bitch. Yeah, let me shit on your head. Pretend we're in a hotel room, and let me take a shit on your head. Yeah, call me the final boss. No, I'm... No, not The Rock. I'm Mako Satomura, okay? You be Aja Kong. Holy shit. It's got me very concerned. The things he's asked me to do and say make me super uncomfortable. It's all wrestling. Holy shit. Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It's nonstop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks like them, acts like them, and demands I participate in his little performances. Yeah, are you sure you're not like dating a child? Is he 33 in dog years and this is a dog or something? Like, what the fuck? Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't win, and it's still affecting him today. His mood's sour and he seems depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's been kind of nice. See, women are sociopaths, dude. That's insane. He's like mentally ill. She's like, well, it's actually nice because he's shutting the up. He's like mentally distraught. And she's like, I gotta be honest. It's been... just kidding, ladies. He hasn't been as loud and noisy as usual. So Reddit, I need help. No, he needs help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the wrestler song, so he goes like, oh. He does their sayings. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? He's got all their t-shirts. Bullet Club. He's even got tickets for us to the next show coming through in about 3 weeks. But I just don't think I can take it. Let's go. Let's ask our correspondent here, our love expert, our relationship expert here, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What do you think she should do?
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, there you go. You married him. Tough titty. No. Round of applause for our Sicko segment and that lady. She's definitely going through it.